Okay, let's pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful engines driving business today. We're talking about business intelligence. And really, it's all about one thing, turning total chaos into crystal clear answers. So let's dive right in. I mean, this is the big question, right? Every single company out there is drowning in data. Every click, every sale, every customer chat, it just piles up. So how in the world do you take that massive, messy flood of information and turn it into a smart, winning strategy? Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're going to piece together today. So what exactly is business intelligence, or BI, as you'll hear it called? At its core, it's a super disciplined process. We're not talking about guesswork or just going with your gut here. No, this is all about using technology to figure out what's really going on and then getting that valuable info into the hands of people who can actually do something with it. You know, the best way to wrap your head around all this is to think of it like a super powerful data refinery. Seriously, it takes in all this raw, messy, kind of useless stuff on one end, and through this really sophisticated process, it spits out this pure, high-grade fuel that powers the entire business. All right, so if we're running a refinery, the first thing we need is our raw material, right? For us, that crude oil is, you guessed it, raw data. But where does all this stuff even come from? Well, it's getting pumped in from absolutely everywhere. You've got your day-to-day operational databases, tracking every little thing. Then you have the big systems like ERPs and CRMs managing customers and company resources. And don't forget the endless sea of Excel sheets and CSV files, plus data coming in from outside sources. It's a lot. And here's the kicker. This raw stuff is a total mess. It's inconsistent. You might have a customer listed as John Smith in one file and Jay Smith in another. Is that the same person? Who knows? In this state, the data is just noise. It's completely useless for making any kind of big, important decision. So what do we do? How do we turn that junk into gold? This is where we get to the heart of our refinery, the architecture. This is where the real magic happens. Okay, think of this as the master blueprint for our entire operation. It shows you every single piece of machinery from where the raw data comes in all the way to the shiny finished product. We're going to walk through this whole thing step by step so you can see exactly how it works. So the journey through our refinery basically has 5 main stages. First, we extract the raw data, then we transform it. That's the cleaning part. Then we load it into storage. After that, we analyze it to find patterns, and finally, we visualize the results. See, it's a really clear, logical flow from start to finish. Now let's talk about the first and maybe most important piece of equipment in our refinery, ETL. That stands for extract, transform, and load. This is the big purification stage. First, it extracts all that messy data from all those different places. Then it transforms it. This is where it cleans up duplicates, fixes errors, standardizes everything so it all speaks the same language. And finally, it loads that clean, beautiful data into a central storage system. I can't stress this enough. Getting this part right is absolutely crucial. And honestly, it's usually the hardest part of the whole shebang. Okay, so we've done all that hard work. The data is clean, it's standardized, it's valuable now. You can't just leave gold lying around in a pile, right? You need a secure, organized place to keep it, a vault. And for that, you've basically got 2 main options. First, there's the data warehouse. Think of this as the Fort Knox of data, a massive central library that holds pretty much all of the company's historical data. It's the one single source of truth. Then you have a data mart. This is more like a small, cozy, specialized bookstore. It doesn't have everything, but it has exactly what one specific department, like sales or finance, needs to get their questions answered fast. All right, our data is clean, it's stored safely, but how do we actually find the insights hidden inside? That's where the OLAP engine comes in. OLAP stands for Online Analytical Processing, and it is a beast. Imagine all your data is organized into this giant multidimensional cube. The OLAP engine is what lets you spin that cube around, slice it, dice it, look at it by time, then by region, then by product, any way you want. It's how you spot the patterns and trends that are completely invisible otherwise. So, we've extracted the data, we've cleaned it, we've stored it, and we've analyzed it. Phew! That brings us to the grand finale. The whole point of this entire operation, the payoff. Why did we do all of this? Because this whole complicated, incredible system, it has one very simple goal: to deliver information that people can actually use to make smarter decisions. And this is the high-octane fuel that comes out the other end of our refinery. We're talking about those beautiful, interactive dashboards that show you what's happening right now, or the deep-dive reports that explain why things are happening. And of course, those super clear charts and graphs that make complex data just click. These are the tools that let people make truly informed decisions. And really, that's the whole story. That's what business intelligence is all about. It's this amazing architecture that takes the raw, chaotic noise of everyday business and transforms it into the clear, powerful insights that push a company forward. And you know what? This exact process is humming along behind the scenes in almost every company you deal with, every single day. It's shaping the products you buy, the ads you see, everything. So it leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? If this architecture gives us the power to find the answer to almost anything, what's the next big question we should be asking?